Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil. And continuing with Magic: The Gathering Arena's New Player Experience. Did the jump ins. The last thing I finished was the quick draft, which unlocked all the play modes. And then I have this new quest to play 5 Brawl games, and I finished 4 of the 5, and I'm gonna complete that. I'll play the 5th game now. Give a little introduction into what Brawl is, and I don't exactly love the fact that they're having us play these Brawl games. It really is feels like I'm being thrown into the deep end of the pool. So if I come to find a match, Brawl's under here. It gives the description. You build a 100-card singleton deck of eternally legal cards centered around a legendary creature or planeswalker, your commander. I built this deck, which I call First Brawl. And I'll look, as a new player, building a 100-card deck's a bit daunting, I will say. There are commander or Brawl decks out there online you can find, but as a new player, I don't have a lot of cards. I don't know if I even have enough wild cards to craft the deck, and even if I did, I don't want to burn up a whole lot of my wild cards at this point for Brawl, when I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of Brawl, at least not in the near future. So, I've actually managed 2 wins. I'm 2-2 with the games. I'm surprised and pleased about that. But like the last game, my opponent's deck was just way better than mine. I think it was also a lot more complicated than I was having a hard time following everything they did. At some point, I was just like, okay, they had like. It felt like a dozen equipments and all these different cards all over the board. And I'm like going, all these different mechanics flying around. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. The game was competitive for a while, but they just set up and eventually wiped me out. And I would, it is what it is, right? So that could be frustrating to a new player. You just have to, so we build the deck, you pick a commander, which is a legendary creature. I grabbed Mishra, claimed by Gix, and then you put together a deck, right? One ofs. So with this, then I made sure it was all black. So if you click on black, it's black lands, red mana, and colorless mana where the mana cost, because that's what I wanted to coordinate with this. And then I grabbed some. For creatures, I like flying and death touch in general, some instants, and some different disruption removal cards. So that's kind of what I put together. This is the deck. I've managed to go in 2-2. I'm pleased about that. So I'm going to jump in, click play now. If you really feel lost, though, you just have to play 5 games. You can just put together 100, pick a commander and just click on 99 other cards, or a little less than that, because it will automatically add lands for you. And just click play, and as soon as you're paired in, you can click concede as quick as possible, I think, and it will count towards a game played. So, but to me, once you're playing, try to win, and therefore it takes, put together a deck. I tried to, so I put together a deck the first game. The first game, I was a bit clueless, I gotta say. I think I went in after that, and I might have revised the deck slightly. I didn't want to revise it a ton, but I think I was like, okay, I need a little bit more. I think I tweaked a couple cards. I said, I think I need something along this or that. Okay, so let's see. Getting enough mana. You got a free mulligan. I want a mulligan. This one's bad. Well, can I do this? I can do this. All right, I can. I'll keep this. Not having enough lands to start the game is one of the really bad things I've come across here. So I don't want to sacrifice something probably, but I need to get more lands right away. That's the problem. But because I only have 2 red lands, but I can get a bunch of things. All right, so flying, all right, more land is good, but it's okay. So my opponent had a little pause there. So I have an instant there. So I'll attack, and I can wipe them out if I want to, right? I will attack. I want to cast this other creature, this artifact, this turn if they don't block. I think I'm waiting on my opponent. I don't think I missed the attack phase. Declare attackers, but I can't do that yet. So my opponent's doing something or not doing something at the moment. So I want to attack here. And if they're not going to block, which it looks like they're not, then I want to save this. If they still toss in a blocker, so I can knock them out. Do I want to do that? I guess at this point, I'll save the Felonious Rage. They just block me. They don't knock me out. So I will cast this artifact creature. Again, there's a little pause in the game. So my opponent has a decision. You can do some things to kind of change it so it will pause or won't pause and stuff. You can kind of modify that to. All right. So what's my opponent have? Like, is this a strong opponent with a strong deck? Right. That's what I don't know. And wow, I really would like some black land here. This is not going the way I wanted it to. So they have black, blue. They need red land as well. So 2 instants. I think I want to. Let's see. No. When he becomes tapped, I can discard a card from hand. I think I want to do that, right? I'll attack with both. Why not? So now I can discard it. Since I need land, I need to. I think at this point I'll get rid of this card because I can't utilize it. So I'll discard this. Oh, that's really nice. Drew a swamp. So very pleased about that. So I can actually cast my commander this turn. They're blocking me. I'll just let them block. I will do 2 damage to them. They're blocking the one creature because they don't get knocked out, right? So I get it. That's the idea behind it. It's a flying creature that's a blocker essentially. Oh, I can't. That's right. I cast my land already, so I shouldn't have cast. No, it doesn't matter. So okay. So end turn. I still have these instants, so see what happens. So that's unfortunate. Wait, can I? All right, I think if I do this, either its total is more than 5, right? So their spell might not work anymore, right? So I'll say resolve, and so I countered that instant with mine. Maybe that was a mistake though. I'm not certain. Okay. I mean that's fine. It goes back to my hand. And I will. That's fine. I'm gonna cast my. I think. All right. So getting some swamps. That's very nice there. I'll just cast this guy and pass my turn. And no attack because there's no reason to. Actually, I should have attacked. What was wrong with me? That was really dumb. Really dumb because when I attack, they lose life. So that was a big mistake there. Cast this. All right, I'll toss him into play just because my opponent knows this creature's in my hand. So, and if they want to counter it, that's fine. They probably don't. I will attack just with this guy. Let's see what they do there. They're going to block. I imagine I'll just let them block. I don't care at this point because yeah, that's okay. So I made that one mistake. I should have. They should be down 1 more. Okay, pass. I mean, they're holding a lot of cards in hand, so possibly they're really being smart about things. Perhaps they're real. I don't know. They don't have the red land yet. Okay, so I guess maybe I made a mistake there. I shouldn't have played that land because I think I might want to. I can attack. I can. Do I want to get rid of a card from hand? I think I want Lightning Strike. I'll get rid of Galvanize. I like that too, but okay. That's a nice get. I like those cards. Destroy target creature. That's a nice get for sure. That's better than the one I had before. So this game's going well. I'm being a little slow. I will cast my creature now because why not? I should have held off that land though. That's the one mistake I realized I made, and just end turn. I could knock out the flying creature, but it's better to use like Lightning Strike, I think, or Murder for something else. Okay, and that's fine. So let's see. They surveil 3. Surveil does look at their library, put some on the bottom, put some on the top, as they so choose, and they get to put a creature from the graveyard right into their. All right, so let's see if they're doing anything. So now I can attack with this flying creature as well. I like that. Okay, so he's nice. He attacks, right? So I'm starting to get things going. My opponent, I don't think I need to draw cards here. What I have in hand is I'm pretty happy with. So again, I'm going to keep him. They can block him. I don't care. He'll become tapped. He's got flying. Attack with all these guys. Do I want to? I don't think I want to discard these cards. These are all very good cards. I think they're both good cards, right? So I'll decline. Lightning Strike may be something to drop. To get rid of. Murder, I definitely want to keep that. But I think just banging away, Lightning Strike does 3 to my opponents, so I like that too. So this game is looking like a win. I don't know. You never know with these decks if it's there's a lot of potential cards in these decks. Right, I will destroy this creature probably this turn, I would think. See what they do. Wait, what's that? So I want to do that, get rid of this creature here, which I think might affect what it can do here, right? I'm not entirely certain. So claim by Gix, are they... So what was that card? All right, so, and they can see, so I got a win. I went 3-2, so that's very... I'm really pleased with that, right? I really came in... I did some arena before this, some Magic the Gathering, mostly in arena. Not a ton though, and almost no Brawl. So Brawl super low experience level there. So anyway, so I've completed the 5 Brawl games. Okay, my recommendation. Let's see what the next thing is. So I need to go get up to Spark rank tier 1. So just grinding up Spark rank. That makes a lot of sense there. So my advice to you, if you're looking to build a deck, this is kind of what I did. This is just the real quick way to toss together a deck. So under my decks, by the way, you click the plus, you select the format you want, and this is for Brawl. Then it shows you a list of commanders. They're organized by type, by the way. I haven't really gone over this because I just haven't done that yet. So by color, and then I kind of preferred the multicolors, and you can see the one I grabbed. So let's see, where is it here? Right, so Mishra, claimed by Gix, I grabbed him, and then you start to look for, then since he's red and black, I clicked on the land. I want red land, I want black land, and I'm willing to have colorless land as well, which I believe is this one. If you click that one, it kind of does something weird, so you don't do that. I don't remember what the difference is, but this is the great one. So if it's just any color land, that's fine too. And then kind of looking for cards, like for creatures, like I want a death touch. So you can type in here, death touch. That means it's just on the text. It has these search terms too. So I use that, and then death touch, and I came through and kind of said, okay, great, a legendary creature. Boom, that's great. Once I put these creatures in, it starts to suggest lands, which I just left, typhoid rat and stuff like that. Then I was like, to some of that, I said, I like flying. I know there's some of that with these cards, so let me do that. Flying. Okay, that's good. Tossing some of these things. Then I want some instants. So for instants, it's type. So T equals instant. I think it is correct. Let's see. Yeah, so these are all instant cards. And again, because I have the black, the red, and the any color, I get all the instants that apply. So like I know, so I go, okay, I'll drop this instant in. Boom. So you get through, it shows 46 of 100. When you got to get to, it has to be exactly 100. You can click on the little information here. You see the mana curve. I need some 3s and 4s, I'm certain. It tells you the number of creatures on the right, the number of lands, number of instants, enchantments, stuff like that. So you're going to just go through, you build the deck, you say done. At this point, it says it's not legal. I'm going to say okay, but if you need a deck, you need to keep working at it till it's legal, and then you go to Brawl and then pick that deck, play the game, see how it goes. If you're really hating it, if you just hate the Brawl experience entirely, you can just concede immediately. You give it a try. If the game's getting out of control, you can either keep playing to learn, because certainly like the games where I got confused, I tried to figure out what I could, and I'm just trying to grow as a player. And it's just partly then, if you don't understand what your opponent's deck is doing, my advice is focus on your deck and just try to maximize your deck, like kind of make it a game of solitaire where I'm just doing the best things that I can to get the most creatures set up and such. So I'm just trying to build up my board state. And if your opponent's, what they're doing is just too confusing, don't worry about it at this point. Eventually, you'll get there. It just takes time and practice. So anyway, that's the next step. Completing these Brawl games, and then ready to move on with the next step in the new player experience, which I think I am now getting pretty close to the end. So play TCG, have some fun, and take care.